Yeah, I mean, oh, we're about to get going.
As we get ready to go to 5 red lights, round 3 of the 10 Controls Tier A Realistic Grand Prix is underway. Anton Chebatorov takes the lead off the start. Max Fan will fall in line. They're 2 and 3 and 4 wide behind him. Max Fan around the outside into turn number 1. The Red Bulls got the race lead. Pavo keeps third position. We've got all kinds of cars around. One Ferrari's around at the back. Chebatorov and Max Fan still battling it out wheel to wheel. Max Fan into the gravel at the exit of turn 6. Pavlo's gonna dive it up the inside into Tosa. He's gonna take the second position as he goes all the way through. Anton Chebatorov, the Ukrainian, out front into Aqua Minerale.
Pretty clean start overall. Not sure what happened to that Ferrari of Anton in the back there. Hopefully we'll get a good look at that towards the end. Although everybody else made it through cleanly. Don't think there's any damage on the track either.
Anton Chebatorov, your race leader. Everybody falling in line as they head to Verante Alta for the first of these 32 laps. It's McLaren, followed by Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, and Ferrari out of the final corner to complete lap number 1. Straw's looking a bit antsy back there with their almost three wide down the main straightaway. Jay and Frederick battling. Edge not too far behind him. No major position gains or losses into turn number 1. Focuser safely through turn number 1. He currently sits in P4. He picked up 1 position off the start. Straw looking for more. He looked to the inside in turn number 7, decided better of it. But it's a Mercedes who's going to take the race lead. Pavo and Chebatorov battle side by side into Peralta, and it's the Mercedes out front. Pavo begins to set sail towards Aqua Minerale.
Really impressive move there from Pavo heading into turn 9. Didn't seem like Anton fought it very hard there. We can see Anton on those hards opting to potentially go on the long strategy here. Pavo going to have a lot fresher tires, especially on the softer compound. Gets around him relatively easy.
It seems like it's the strategy, other than counterfeit back in 9th, the strategy seems pretty similar for everybody. Mediums to hards, or hards to mediums, as Max Fan sets the fastest lap. He's usurped by Sibinkro. Anton Chebatorov will go to the outside in turn number 1. He's got the race lead. Max Fan to the inside at the exit of turn 2. He'll try the switchback through Tamburello. Almost pushed off the track.
What a move!
As second.
What
That
a
was disgusting.
disgusting move by Max Fan, but keeps it clean. Beautiful. As we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars all within about a second of each other, pushing down into turn 9. We got a great race on our hands here.
This is what you come to Imola for. Everybody packed up all the way back to 8th. They're within a second of each other. Then you find Max Housley, who's a second and a half back of Tobo. And then everybody is stacked up behind Max Housley. They'll exit Verante Alta. Max Fan giving chase to Anton Chebatorov, but Pavo's not ready to give up. He looked to the outside into Ravaza, decided better of it. He'll lose a little bit of ground as he took too much curb through turn 17, and now he's got his mirrors full of McLaren. Focuser bearing down on the Mercedes down the main straightaway.
I might go for this. It's getting close.
Max Fan will sweep to the outside. He'll take the race lead into turn number 1. 4 laps, 4 lead changes. Max Fan to the point as they head towards Verante Villeneuve.
Absolutely great racing here.
Fantastic racing. It's Pavo Peltomoa, who
Peltoma.
however you say it. He's the one that seems to be out of position here in this top 5. The Mercedes separated in a McLaren sandwich. We've got 1 car around at the back. That's going to be the Romanian Devil, who's down in 19th Frederick Winther, I believe, had to make a pit stop. He got a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
So we can see Yuki Tsunoda right behind Lucas Stevens. I believe Yuki Tsunoda lost a position off the start. Seb, I think, is the biggest mover here. If we could take a quick look, 5 positions gained, and Lucas Stevens was 6 as well.
Lucas Stevens did a great job off the start, as did Counterfeit. The soft tires seem to be wearing a little bit on the Counterfeit machine. Alfie White will dive to the pits. It is Lucas Stevens, Counterfeit, losing another position to Mora. Those soft tires beginning to go off as Anton Chebatarov starting to tiptoe his way away from the top 3. Max Fan seems to be in lockstep with Anton Chebatarov. He's right in the tire tracks as they head through Paratella down towards Aqua Minerale.
So everybody at the moment, I would say between 5 to 7 tenths separated. Dirty air is obviously going to be a big problem here, especially if you're trying to preserve tires on those hards going long. The medium runners have a little bit more to give in terms of early race pace, but towards the end, I don't know how long the mediums will last. Pit stop around here is about 29 seconds, as I believe the Romanian Devil has spun once again and is very off the pace. I think Focuser's going to go for a move here on Pavo.
That probably won't cause a safety car, but it might. Focuser to the outside, down the main straightaway. The McLaren almost pushed off the track. He'll muscle his way through into the
no.
As Pavo will get a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That one for track limits. He'll lose another spot to Sandro. And guys, that Mercedes machine starting to show the pace we know it had as he begins to fall back from this lead pack.
Yeah, very unfortunate there.
Bob in the Haas in P8 right now.
Tobob, what a lad.
What a drive he's putting on right now.
Well, qualified 8th, still in 8th, so doing the best he can, as I believe we just heard a big thump. I'm not sure what the hell that might have been, but it seems everything's good for now. So
everything, I'll let you take it.
I was gonna say everything's really popping off right now. I think we have another yellow flag in the entry of Aqua Minerale, but yeah, it seems like Focuser has a bit more race pace than he probably expected. Qualifying not usually his strong suit. Oh dear lord, what the hell?
It's still Max front. Chebatarov, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Focuser goes around the outside. Max Fan starting to get away from DRS range. The lead pack has been broken up. It seemed like that off track from Pavo that lost him a couple spots has broken up this lead pack. Sandro now out of DRS range of the top 3.
Well, that's really unfortunate for Anton. Seems like he has really good race pace, as he usually does, but you know, Imola, a lot of curbs around the race track, and it's very easy to pick up another, as I believe Anton might have had a spin. He's all the way back in 7th.
He might have got floor damage or something.
He must have floor damage. Yeah, he's really slow. I didn't see any yellow flags on our mini sectors, so I think he might have some major damage. Unfortunate for Anton, not the best start to the season that he might have wanted, as Alfie White picks up a 3-second time penalty, and now it's really just Maxman and Focuser pulling away from the field.
The top 2 in the championship are here to duke it out again. Pavo into 3rd spot. He'll get around Sandro. Sandro peeks to the outside. Now the inside. He'll get him back towards Ferrante Villeneuve. He'll have the inside for turn number 4. And the Ferrari is back through on lap number 8 to P3. He'll set his sights on trying to close that 4.1 second gap to the race leaders.
Anton on the inside here of Seb into turn 9. If you got the inside, that's a free position for you. Unless you're Pierre Gasly, then maybe not. But Anton seems to be making it through the field, so I'm not sure what happened to him earlier last lap.
Maybe his tires were cooked, his engine was overheated. Could be a few things.
Maybe a trip through Aqua Minerale or something. I'm not really sure what happened there. But these two are still fighting. Pablo going to defend with his life. Both have 3-second time penalties already.
Who's going to win the race and take the championship lead? Chebatarov to the outside. He'll make it 3 wide down into turn number 1. He's going to go to the outside of Sandro, now the outside of Pavo. Can't make the move, stick into turn number 1. It is Mercedes 3, McLaren 4, as Chebatarov tries to work his way back from that mistake. Sandro now closing in on the back of the McLaren. It's a 5-car train as we head out of Tosa.
Tosa.
Well, I was close enough.
You were close. Better than Boza, Nick Boza. Anyway, we head down into Aqua Minerale. Not really a prevalent overtaking zone, but if you got some balls, maybe you will. As unfortunately Mora picks up a 3-second time penalty. I will say I've been very impressed by the Racing Bulls in the first 3 rounds of the the first 2 rounds of the season. Excuse me. I believe sitting 3rd currently in the constructors. But not a great race here for them at Imola at the moment. As Focuser, DRS draining the battery, he'll easily make it around the outside of Maxman as we head down into turn 1. Not much Maxman's going to do there. I think these two will work together, as I believe Anton also, same situation, flies right by, and that just shows how important DRS is here at Imola. Oh, we got Yuki Tsunoda in the gravel. Very unfortunate for him. I believe he's a little bit hungover from last night, according to my sources.
Well, your sources might be that might be the reason that he's not driving particularly well here today. But yeah, Focuser and Max Fan still the race leaders. Chebatarov was able to get around Pavo. He's now set his sights on the race leaders as he's starting to scoot away from Pavo. That McLaren, or the Mercedes rather, not able to give chase. Chebatarov trying to work his way back towards the race lead.
Yeah, I think the Mercedes right now are sitting right where their pace of the car would be. Their drivers are taking the absolute maximum out of it. Seb, I believe, had a pretty poor qualifying, so to be in 6th is not horrible by any means. Sandro, the reserve in the Ferrari, also not doing too bad in P5, as Max Housley gets a 10-second time penalty for spitting in the pit lane, and that'll probably wipe his race from any potential, pending a safety car, of course. We got anything else going on at the moment?
It is all.
Can Focuser back up Max Fan here for his teammate, or is it too big of a gap?
I think it's a bit too big, and Anton's not really gaining very much on the leaders.
Well, you say that. The gap is coming down a little bit. It was 5.3. It's down to 4.9.
Oh, Max Fan's made a mistake.
He has. He lost about 4/10 there through Alta, Variante Alta. So, Sandro.
More might be flying here.
Yeah, might. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. We actually got a little group here as Yuki Tsunoda did recover. And reminder, this is for points paying positions. Points do pay through up to P15. So this all matters here.
Can nobody hit the brake limit?
No. That's you're asking a little too much there, buddy. So I believe Stra, Tobob entering the pits. These 4 cars. I'm not sure what the long-term plan is here. All on the same strategy. I don't know when the medium runners will decide to come in. And you got to think they're praying for a safety car at this point. We got Yuki Tsunoda potentially overtaking a sister team in the Racing Bulls Peugeot Sport. We'll see if there's any team orders, but I don't believe there will be. Out of the Variante Alta, down to the Ravazzas, turn 17 and 18. A little bit of a DRS train here as Anton picks up another 3-second time penalty, and that puts him up to 6, I believe. As Max Fan has really gained in on Focuser here, as we have a yellow flag, and we have a safety car here in Imola.
Who's gone off?
I'm not sure. I believe Loler potentially. I actually don't know.
So how does this change the strategy for this race? We're not quite halfway through. You gotta assume it's gonna benefit the medium tire runners more than the hard tire runners.
You would think so. Everybody's gonna get a pretty much free pit stop. Reminder, just 29 seconds during a normal race pit stop, so it'll save you about half that time with the safety car. But I do expect everybody to come into the pits. It should be a one-stopper, I think. At least for the people switching from the mediums to the hards. I'm not so sure about the hard runners or if they'll even pit. To be completely honest with you, is I'm gonna do a little setting change, because this shit is not doing the job I want it to do. So we see folks are coming in the pits. Maxon also opting to follow.
Does this become a 2-stop for the race leaders? Can they go 20 laps on the medium tires?
I don't think it's likely.
On the softs, as does Max.
Very interesting.
Chebatarov will stay out.
I think the potential here is that they're going to pit again next lap and put on the hards.
Why would they do that?
So they can knock out the whatever minimum requirements. That's my only guess.
Can they do that?
Oh, but the minimum requirements, I mean, there's only 2 different compounds.
Yeah, but
stick the hards on again.
Yeah, they stick on the hards again, but they get the minimum. They get the minimum compound amount.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, they put on the inters, Yuki and.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they surely have to be pitting, right? They'd have to pit again.
That's the thing. We're just gonna lose all track position, so I guess.
Yeah, but that will be made up by the fact that those people that did not pit are not going to make it to the end.
Yeah, but they will be on a faster tire, I guess.
Potentially.
I don't know.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see.
Stop versus 1-stop, I guess.
Yeah. Very interesting for the inter runners. They don't really have a choice. I think obviously they're going to have to come in, but I'm actually going to change another setting while we're under safety car. Should be I don't know why it's so poop, but anyways. Yeah, but the FPS is like very inconsistent if it's locked, so it should be good now. Smooth the whole way to the end. So I believe we had a new update on Monday, so hopefully the safety car glitch after it's ended has been fixed. So seems like Focuser and MaxFan opting not to pit, so
are they?
They're gonna have 2-stop. 2-stop. It's gonna be a 2-stop, of course.
This is interesting.
The softs cannot get to the end. They will explode.
The softs can't get to the
Imagine
end,
doing.
and neither can the...
The mediums
Neither-
can maybe make it if you already put a new set on.
I think that's pushing it to
That's-
try and get the...
Yeah,
The-
it's very much pushing it. Yeah, I'm not sure who's running the strategy here. It might be Brad Pitt, based on what I saw last night. So,
What? Is it
is it going to rain? That's a great question.
I think it might be gonna rain. I think it might.
Oh, there is raindrops. There is raindrops.
Oh!
Oh my
Missed it.
gosh!
Yuki Tsunoda.
Tsunoda might have just won this race.
Everybody's gonna
It
be.
has to-
Oh wow!
Yeah.
It is raining. We just can't tell because it's horrible graphically. It's like 2005, but it is raining.
How does this change?
Changes
I
everything.
mean,
Everybody has to pit if it's gonna rain.
Yuki Tsunoda will be the race leader.
And
You have
here
to
we
assume-
go.
Focus it in.
No, that's
Not
Anton. Everybody's in. Everybody's in. They have to.
Oh, Mercedes.
They have to. And
Yeah,
Pavo.
Two overlays on.
Henry, you have double graphics.
Oh lordy. Oh lordy.
Everybody onto the intermediate tires.
We're all good. We're all good as we see Max Van serving a penalty. Did he speed in the pit lane? What the hell happened? Or maybe it's lag, I guess. Desync.
Lag.
Desync. Okay, so Mercedes opting to stay out.
As does Tobo.
Yuki inherits the lead now.
I mean,
Basically.
shout out Tony. I know he's hungover, but very good call from him to sit on those inters. He must have got some inside information from Mark.
Guys, what a storyline we have developing in fourth position. Anton spun on lap 1. He was dead last at the end of lap 1, and he's currently sitting in second with no penalties, a legitimate second position on the intermediate tires.
What the hell just happened?
have
I
no
think they're okay. No, there's a bunch of cars backed up. Safety cars in this lap. The field is spread like a mess right now. Half the field's not caught up, but we are restarting on this lap.
Pav will lead us back to the restart. Tobo is second. They're both on dry tires.
The top
You
five
can
isn't
see-
even near the what is going
Maybe
on?
close.
Yeah, they're nowhere near the safety car.
Yuki Tsunoda is essentially the race leader on the intermediates. That is a lap Red Bull Cash App machine in what is fifth, as Anton will go to the outside of that lap machine. We've got a side-by-side battle between a Mercedes and a Haas car for the race lead into turn number 1. Pavo still on the dry tires, as is Tobo. Tobo will take the race lead. We've got another different race leader and 5 cars who are in a massive bunch. That RB
Oh,
Cash
no.
App machine is not on the lead lap. Anton to the outside. He's in second position. He's trying to go from last to first. He's in second right now, chasing down Tobo for the race lead.
I'm not sure what happened there going through turn 5 as we have another car off. I believe it's the Alpine.
I'm not sure which Alpine that is. That's not Alfie White. It looks to be Max Housley. So as you see it, only the top 13 cars are on the lead lap right now.
So Tobob currently in P1.
Yeah, Tobob is our race leader. He's on hards. Anton is on intermediates. He spun on lap number 1. He was last at the end of lap number 1, and now he's searching for the race lead down the front straightaway. DRS is enabled.
Is the rain going away?
Are the intermediates the right call? Has Tobob just pulled a fast one on the entire field. The raindrops don't seem to be going away, but that Haas doesn't seem to be losing any speed. We've got 14 laps to go and no idea what's gonna happen, guys.
Yeah,
Haas might win this race.
this Haas might win. Holy shit.
Oh, he's coming at him though. How do we have Slicks versus Inters racing each other on the track right now?
Slicks versus Inters into Peraltella. It's gonna be Anton who's gonna take the race lead. He's going from last to first through Aqua Minerale.
This makes no sense.
The Ferrari is slipping and sliding around. Tobob looks like he's levitating into Verante.
Maybe he just needs to survive this spell.
He's on the right tire, though. If he can stay within the pit stop delta, I believe DRS has been disabled now.
And Yuki
So the
Tsunoda.
The
Oh.
FIA have changed their minds about 5 times. It looks like Tobob now is in fact on the wrong strategy. The entire field except him is on the hard tires. Anton Chebatarov to the outside. He'll take 3rd position. He's going to look to the inside to Yuki Tsunoda into turn 1. Yuki Tsunoda slams the door. We've got 13 laps to go. Anton is our race leader by a 1.5 seconds.
It's all really popped off after that safety car. The FIA having a stroke. We'll have to talk to 7-Foot Rat Gregson after this race to see what the hell is going on there. As we, I believe, have a lot popping off through these positions here as well.
Nobody's sure exactly how the last 13 laps are going to play out, but we know it's going to be fascinating. Sandro is down in 15th after being out front almost the entire race. Same with Pavo. Focuser down in 9th. It is all mixed up at the front. Yellow flags in sector number 1. No idea what those are for.
It's just a glitch. It's just a glitch.
Yeah, I was going to say those might not even really be out. Focuser trying to get through Lucas Stevens as they battle for 8th out of Verante Alta down towards Rivazza. This race has turned on its head, gentlemen.
And Anton will go around the outside of Yuki Tsunoda using DRS and battery to get into 2nd place. Unfortunately for Anton, he has 6 seconds of track limit penalties.
So Anton is not really in this race. It's going to be a battle between the other Anton, the Anton in the Ferrari, and Yuki Tsunoda essentially for the race win. Unless Anton Chebatarov can manage to pull out 6 seconds in the next 12 laps.
Yeah, you can really tell right now Tobob is struggling to stay on the track, and I think he might have just stuck it out way too long.
Yeah,
it's not all over for him because all those Inters runners who, pitted early on that track that wasn't fully wet, they're gonna have burned through that tire. So when he pits, he might not be in such bad shape.
That is very true. I'm not sure what the future will hold for him as he's gone off at Aqua Minerale, and Focuser easily got around him, I believe, into the entry of Aqua Minerale. I don't recall why Focuser dropped to 7th. I assume it's because of the pit stop, as these two Haas cars might have done a little funny business there.
It was because the pit stop, yes.
Blackman's got up here.
He has? He's caught his teammate? And I don't think Yuki will fight it. I think he knows Max Fan has the outright race pace.
The question is not who has the outright race pace. The question is who can get around the Ferrari out front. It's Ferrari followed by McLaren and then back-to-back Red Bulls as they head towards Tosa.
Changes it every time he says it.
Pronunciation is not my forte.
Hey, what are you gonna do about it? Anyway, the top 3 are relatively close. Obviously, Anton not really in contention. Imola track limits can do you quite dirty, unfortunately, as I believe Pavo Patoma set another track limit penalty as they head over the Variante Alta. So Max Van closing in on Anton should relatively not be too hard to get around him, but you never know with Anton and Max Van. A lot can pop off at any moment. And then it's the other Anton in P1 that he'll be looking to pass and get around for the second race win of the year as he won back out in Australia.
It's going to get tasty.
Oh, around the outside by Anton. On Anton. Anton and Anton crime. But Max Van almost loses it.
They almost collided. Anton and Max Van almost got together at the exit of Tamburello. Now through Varante Villeneuve, it is the Ferrari followed by two McLarens as Chebatarov tries to set sail. Here comes Max Van. He'll go to the inside up towards Peraltella. Anton will slam the door at the entrance to Peraltella. He's slipping and sliding everywhere. The track is wet. 10 laps to go here in Imola. A battle for essentially the race win unless Chebatarov can manage to scoot away by some 6 seconds.
Oh, and he gets another time penalty, so he's up to 9 seconds. Very unfortunate from him. You can really tell that Anton in front of Max Van is really struggling through these low-speed corners as he gets the back end out a bit loose. And Max Van will have DRS, but so will Wyman's, however the hell you pronounce your last name. Or no DRS, excuse me. But he'll have all the battery in the world and easily fly by him. Where the hell are they gone? And Max Van up into P2. Net P1.
This race has not played out any way like we thought it would.
This Focuser tries to overtake Seb, and I think they've had a bit of an off there.
I think it's chilled out a little bit now. There's going to be, you know, if it stays like this, it's going to be very good for Max Van in the championship with both McLarens being seemingly down the order.
I believe Focuser is leading the championship by 2 points at the moment. So if everything does stand like you said, it will give Max Van a little bit of a cushion as we head to where are we racing next week? Do we know? Spa.
Yeah, Spa.
Spa.
I was gonna find out, but
Spa, another place where rain has high potential. Did it rain last week in Australia for Tier 1? No. It did not. Okay, it was only in Tier 2. So, it seems like things have cooled off just a bit. The gaps don't seem to be changing very much. As the Haas of GA picks up a 3-second time penalty. Max Van, I believe, obviously will want to overtake Anton on track. I think most racers feel that way. But I don't think he'll do anything too risky considering the amount of penalties Shabartarov has. So,
yes.
They did Kevin. Never mind. I apologize to any listeners. Can we talk about the F1 movie without any spoilers? That's what I'm questioning.
If you can do it without any spoilers,
okay.
I'm here for it.
They went racing.
They went racing. There was a lot of.
Oh,
There,
these are going racing as well.
oh, they are. Max Van. Not really a place you see Ravazza overtakes with, but I don't think Anton was going to fight that too hard, to be honest with you. I think he knows his race is pretty much shocked. I think Anton with the penalties as they stand will finish P5 as the other Anton opts to pit.
Ooh. Could it be time for full wets?
Oh, it could be, and they will put them on.
This will be interesting. Is it when is the right time? And does everybody come in on the same lap? So far, it's just the Ferrari as he levitates down the pit lane.
It really is pouring right now. I don't know if everyone else is going to follow.
Did Anton just gain a huge advantage by being the first one to pit on the full wets?
I guess we'll find out pretty shortly here, as I believe Max Housley also opting to pit. We'll see what tires he ends up taking as he also switches to the wets. I wonder if everyone else will follow or if they think they can make it to the end here. We'll see if the Red Bull team decides to be reactive to the Ferrari or not, as they're really the only one fighting against them at the moment. But yes, they went racing.
Well, that's good to know. I was really worried they weren't gonna go racing. I thought we were just gonna see a movie of Brad Pitt's stupid face.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's stupid face.
You heard me.
That's
face.
a handsome man for his age.
I prefer Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, but Ryan Reynolds.
To the leader on the wets?
I don't think so.
What's the gap?
We can do a little. Here we go.
There you go. Oh, is it coming down?
It's 31. The pit stop delta you said was 29.
Yeah,
seconds?
29 seconds. So we'll see. We'll stay with him here for this lap and see if he seems to be gaining any real time on the leaders. Yeah, that guy from No Country for Old Men's pretty good. So, yeah.
I'm just here for Ryan Reynolds.
There is no Ryan Reynolds in the movie.
There's no Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
Him in Brad's role would be very odd, as Anton now has 12 seconds of time penalties. So
Ryan Reynolds could play anybody.
Oh, we have an off here, but I think it's been fixed. I think maybe Straw might have had an off. It was not Straw, so it was Lucas Stevens that had a little bit of a moment. Excuse me.
I don't think these wets are working.
Yeah, it is. I think he's losing time. Yeah, I'm not sure what that call was from the Ferrari, but it's not looking great.
Is it time for the ultra wets?
The ultra wets. I didn't know we had that.
Wets of those.
Yeah.
You know, like when we had the super hards.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Yeah. The ultra.
Yeah.
Wets.
Like 7 years ago.
The hyper wets.
The hyper wets. They're like a pair of soft tires, but they have wet tire tread on them.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think maybe Pavo might be gaining on Anton. Especially on those intermediates. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know. What do you give it out of 10, Ariane, the movie?
I would give it an 8.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I gave it. Yeah.
Now I'm concerned.
Why are you
I
concerned?
don't be concerned with an 8 out of 10.
It's an 8 out of
Good
10.
rating.
Yeah.
There
but
was
does
like no cringe.
actually no movies.
Do I know movies?
Do I know
Yes.
movies? My
Do you
favorite
like-
my favorite film is Once Upon a
Well,
Time in
if I was
Hollywood.
Some film student, movies, then no.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I've
I'm
seen movies.
not a film.
He's not
student.
watching Irreversible. All right.
He's not watching what's that stupid architect movie that I watched the other day? The Brutalist?
Oh, you didn't like that movie?
No.
Oh, that was a great film.
I thought the ending was dumb.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, it's not a great ending, but everything else is amazing. So, no, it's like an 8 out of 10 F1 movie. Oh, we have I believe maybe in the pits. So that's $1 million to the Racing Bull budget down the drain.
Is that a real thing? Do we fine them for retiring in the pits?
Arion does, although
Huh?
I think in certain situations it's maybe not ideal, as we have somebody off. I'm not sure who in turn 1. Is it Edge?
Red Bull?
Is it a Red Bull? No. Who
Oh,
the?
that's the guy who retired.
Oh, because if you retire in the pits, then the AI.
Yeah.
Okay. I could.
Again?
Huh?
What?
Oh, I thought we were trying for a second. But
No. No.
No.
I feel like maybe it would be reasonable for Tito to pit and retire last week because he had so much damage that he was kind of more of a nuisance being on the track than if he had just not finished the race.
Yeah.
Will I be sitting in the movie theater going, that's not how that works in Formula 1?
Honestly, no.
Not really.
No, it is actually very accurate. There was very little moments where I was like,
There's times when they're a little bit cheesy because they have to obviously explain for the general audience.
yeah,
But I thought it was fine.
yeah.
Yeah, like Will Buxton saying that, you want to start on pole because you can start in front of everybody else. Like, you need that for the general audience.
it wasn't even really that. No.
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 There's only one that I can actually think of in my head, which was pretty obvious.
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest.
I don't know.
You know
if
what?
it's not even a big spoiler, but I'll probably just won't say it anyway.
Yeah, we won't mention. No, in terms of authenticity, I give it like a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't do Drive to Survive level of stuff. So it's very well done. I think I would give it a 10 out of 10 if the schedule was like the same as it is in real life. But obviously they can't do that with the way shooting works. It's close. It's not 100%, but other than that, there's not really anything I would say that's too different. But
Okay.
yeah.
Now, Ariane, I was looking at the calendar the other day. When are we going to race a track backwards?
Oh,
Never.
I've had an idea since we knew reverse tracks that were coming, that we have a reverse.
Made a move.
Who?
Folks,
Oh, good for you, Focuser.
Anyway, what was the question?
Oh,
Reverse tracks
Yes.
for league racing.
I have a suggestion
But what?
that we do a sprint weekend, and the sprint race is reverse Austria, and the Grand Prix is the other way around.
Is that even a thing?
It can be. We could just host a sprint race reverse and then reset it.
The thing is, the reverse tracks are fun, but I feel like they're a little bit too goofy for a league race.
Maybe, but I feel like Austria, at least from the people I've spoken to, seems to be pretty
Most,
tame.
solid one.
Yeah, compared
Yeah.
to everything else.
I feel like Singapore backwards would be fun.
Well, we can't do Singapore. There's only 3 reverse tracks, so
Oh.
yeah. There's Silverstone, Austria, and Zandvoort. So pick your poison. I believe these two are actually having a battle.
Oh!
Oh my lord!
Oh!
Sideways.
Jeez! Hold on, son!
One car. Both cars are ghosted now as they head down towards Rivaza.
Well, that's just a lapped car, I believe. So
That is a lap car, yes, but they were both.
yeah, Anton, hold it on for dear life, and he'll come into the pits. And I think he's
Yeah,
very
he's-
angry.
He's got. the
Oh,
10
and he
seconds.
retired.
He has retired. He has been fined $1 million.
Well, Ferrari has. As Sandro trying to go around the outside of Luca Stevens. Luca not having any of it.
Sandro is pushed off into the gravel. 2 laps to go. It is all starting to kick off. I don't know why Anton would retire. He was well in the points-paying positions. He would have actually gotten points for this Ferrari team.
I think Anton was just upset that he made the wrong call and lost like 10 positions.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
As we watch Jay down in 7th, leading this pack. 2 laps to go here in Imola. Max Van, I believe, is gonna. He's already crossed the line. He is white flag in the air on the final lap as Max Van heads through Tamburello into Ferrante Villeneuve. He's done a fantastic job with the strategy. Jay down in 7th, Lucas Stevens and Sandro and Pavo. Pavo wants to get around Sandro into Rivazza, decides better of it. Everybody deep on the brakes, neat and tidy through Rivazza. White flag in the air for all of these guys. And for Max Van, it will be race win number
2
on the season. I can see that. I'm looking at the stat sheet. Race win number 2, podium number 2. You gotta think he's gonna take the points lead headed to the next round in Spa. Max Van through Verante Alta, down the hill towards 16, 17, and 18 in Rivazza. 1 car in tow is a lap down machine. That is a Kick Salva car. They will not factor in yellow flags in sector number 2. Max Van out of the final corner. Burnout in the final corner. Max Van will win in Imola.
In style.
Anton Chebatarov crosses the line in 2nd. He will be bumped down to 4th. Focuser will come home 2nd. Yuki Tsunoda will come home 3rd. Anton Chebatarov now down to 4th. Mora, Sabinkro, Jay and Pavo battling wheel to wheel out of Verante Alta. One of these 2 cars is going to have to come home 7th. They both have 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Pavo around the outside, slipping and sliding. He'll cede the position to Jay. Jay will head out of the final corner, and he will finish 7th for now. He'll end up, I believe, 9th or 10th on track. As there's Jay. Straw across the line. Sandro across the line. Jay finishes 9th. Pavo finishes 10th. Toe Bob, after that strategy attempt to stay out on the hard tires, comes home 12th. Lola 13th after the spinning qualifying. Max Housley and Counterfeit will round out the points paying positions, gentlemen. But Max Van takes the championship lead headed to Spa.
What a race that was. Can't stop having bangers. Can't stop having bangers. Very interesting to see how this will shape up next week in Spa. Obviously, another potential for more rain. So we take a quick look at.
Should I ask for interviews if anyone wants to join?
Yeah, if anybody wants to come on in, of course.
I have to go, but I'm gonna let you guys handle the interviews. I will. I believe I'll see you guys tomorrow or next week.
I'll be here tomorrow
Either
for
way,
tier 2.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
I'll be here either tomorrow or next week. Depends on my work schedule.
All right.
But
Thanks for the stream.
that rounds out my coverage. I will let you guys take the post-race coverage.
Splendid. So if everybody wants to
We
come.
have Max Man waiting for an interview.
All right, splendid. I didn't write any questions. Welcome, Max Van. How are you? How was the race, and do you have any regrets?
No regrets, especially no regrets after the rain came down. I'm just him.
You're just him. Regarding the Ferrari strategy, do you think they might have fucked it there?
What did Ferrari do, bro?
I don't know. They decided to put onto the wets towards the end there, and basically threw away any potential to win after you got past them. So.